Peace. This should be part 5. Cyclical Time and Ismaili Gnosis by Henry Corbin. Extremely deep. It's going to get into the Agathos Daemon, which has been demonized by the people that run the world, if you want to say the elite, the dark, deep state, the government, or whoever the hell. It's the evil people of the world, man, that basically run the world. This is basically the demon of the churches and everything. Excuse me. We curse ourselves every day because of this. So this is number 2, page 18 of the ebook. Now it is by this figure of the Daemon Pedros that we finally understand the characteristic mode of being of a soul for which time is epiphanized as a person. If all the transparitions, or hierophanies of eternal time tend to be fixated in this person, it is because the soul for which it is thus immortalized has taken cognizance of its archetypal dimension and knows that the totality of its being can be fulfilled only in conjunction with its celestial Pedros. But at the same time, we perceive the transitive way in which a Godhead, without ceasing to be in itself a hypostasis, can exist totally in each of its individuations. This is the case with the figures of the Mastian angelology, such as the Agathos Daemon, which is also a Daemon Pedros, etc. To this structure corresponds exactly that of the soul which exemplifies it, the being whose archetype this Godhead is. So it is that the same name will designate the angelic hypostasis in itself and its presence in its earthly counterpart, considered as a part of potency of it and revealing precisely its dual structure, its reference to the angel or celestial archetype. In Mazduism, for example, Fravarti and Diana are celestial entities and human potencies or faculties as well. More precisely, they are that part of human beings which enables them to be coupled with these celestial entities. Similarly, in Hermeticism, the nous is at once a god, the faculty of intuitive knowledge in man, and his tutelary angel as Agathos Daemon. Here we do not have two inconsistent theories, but the dimension of an anthropology which is already an angelology. The man without nous means the man deprived of that faculty of knowledge, and precisely the man without an angel. In short, something which is no longer a human being. But on the other hand, to attain to the Angelos Pedros, it is to gain immortality, to become Aeon. And similarly, the meeting with Diana on the road to the Shinvat Bridge signifies the shift of limited time to eternal time, the attainment of destiny itself, and the plenitude of the light of glory, or Svarina. Thus, it is only by anticipation that the soul can now be granted a vision of its eternal time in the form of its angel archetype, and this prevision, by showing the soul what it is not yet but has still to be, reveals to it its own being as retarded eternity. In consequence, anticipation is the vital law of an existence which, by thus understanding itself, must tend toward its superexistence on pain of being eternally retarded over against itself. This anticipation is manifested in rites and injunctions, in the enchantments of a mental iconography or of ecstatic visions. The symbol of the kosti has rightly been interpreted in this sense. The kosti, K-O-S-T-I, is the sacred cord, woven of lamb's wool, which the Zoroastrians wear as a girdle, and which is venerated as their distinctive religious sign. The cord is passed 3 times around the waist and knotted 4 times, twice in front and twice behind. The symbolic significance traditionally attached to these 4 knots makes it possible to identify them as a Zurvanite tetrad, to which, as in the myth of the chariot of the Magi, is added a 5th member which fastens together and totalizes the tetrad. But here precisely Zurvan, or wisdom, the invisible auriga of the chariot, is represented by the very person of the Mazdean believer. In this sense, the symbolism of the Kosti approaches the symbolism of the robe in which the mystis was clad. The Stola Olympiaca, of which Apuleius speaks, or the heavenly robe constellated with the signs of the zodiac, mentioned in the mysteries of Mithras, which was that when the mystis donned it, he in person, which is the mystic, must be mystic, donned it when he donned it, he in person became the god passing through the constellations. Same as Hercules, same as a Hercules story. It is likewise as an injunction to abolish the delay, to convert retarded eternity into anticipated eternity, that we may understand the solemn announcement of the Nos to Hermes. If you do not make yourself like unto God, you you will not understand God. For the like is intelligible only to the like. Make yourself grow until you correspond to the greatness without measure, by a leap that will free you from all body. Raise yourself above all time, become aeon, become eternity. Then will you understand God. There is finally a mental iconography that anticipates the supreme hierophany. Here the perpetual recurrence of one and the same figure, whose soul takes delight in foreseeing the encounter, might well form the basis of a comparative study. It is eminently in Mazdaism that we encounter the apparition of Diana at the entrance to the Shinvat Bridge, under the aspect of a heavenly maiden whose beauty surpassed all imagination. But the same vision occurs in Manichaeism and in Sufism as well. We find its equivalent in the Buddhism of the Pure Land, and the liturgy of Mithras contains an ecstatic anticipation of this eschatological vision when the mystis or mystic, having become aeon, sees the gates open before him, and the world of the gods and the angels become visible to him. When his soul beside itself with joy, comes face